This is Mark chapter 4, verse 11. It says, "You have been given the secret of the kingdom of God," Jesus answered. "But the others who are on the outside hear all things by the means of parables." If you're in a season of your life where you feel like, "Dang, I can't hear God. Maybe is he saying this, or is he saying this, or is he saying this?" It's probably because you're outside of God's will. It's probably because you don't want to hear him because he's not hearing what you got to say. So that means that you're completely outside of his will, completely want to do what you want to do, completely acting how you want to act. A thought that came to my mind as I was in church, where we get to feeling like God. I was thinking about the show The Chosen, and a lot of time during the show, people were trying to figure out, it's disciples specifically, we're trying to figure out, is Jesus saying something as a parable? Is he saying something like this literal? When he kept talking about the fact that he was going to die, when he kept predicting his death and resurrection to them, they kept saying, "Listen, he can't be serious. He can't be for real." But the whole time he was telling them truth, and they didn't realize that it wasn't a parable. They didn't realize that it wasn't just a matter of fact saying until after it happened. And sometimes God is trying to tell you, listen, I'm trying to tell you to do this. I'm trying to tell you to be this person. I'm trying to tell you to leave out of this. I'm trying to tell you. And maybe you're thinking, oh, well, God won't want me to do this. So maybe he's talking about something else. Maybe he just wants me to, maybe he's wanting to do something else. Maybe da 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 da. No, when you are with God, he speaks literally. If you feel like you are a part of God's community, if you feel like you're a child of God, if you feel like you are part of the inheritance that Jesus has brought to us, that means that God speaks to you literally. There is no figurative language between you and him. There is no guessing around what he's saying. There's no, oh, but maybe he meant this. No, he speaks to you directly because you're his child. And what does he need to be speaking in circles with his child for? I've never told my daughter, go take a bath, but I meant go use the toilet. When God is your father, he's going to speak to you directly as your father. But again, in parables, he speaks to the people who already are not trying to listen. The people who are going to take his words and they're going to twist them. The people who are going to do those things, he speaks to them in parables because that's the only way that you can understand it. And you're not going to understand anyway. So if you're ever thinking that God is speaking to you in parables and he's twisting words and that you don't understand what he's saying, it's because you don't want to understand. And that you need to really redirect yourself right back to his presence. Because he does not speak to the people who he loves in a side language. He does not speak to us and play guessing games with us. If you feel like God is playing guessing games with you, you're playing guessing games with him.